For today's video, we're going to talk all about The Farewell, written and directed by Lulu Wang. So to start off, let's answer the first question, which asks, who are the characters in the movie? The characters are Billy Wang, of course, Nai Nai, Billy's paternal grandmother. Little Nai Nai is the younger sister of Nai Nai. Lu Jian is Billy's mother and Haiyan is Billy's father. Hao Hao is Billy's cousin and Aiko is the Japanese bride-to-be. Auntie Ling is the wife of Hai Bin, who is the brother of Billy's father. Mr. Lee is Nai Nai's live-in boyfriend. The second question is, where and when did it happen? There are actually 3 countries mentioned in the movie: China, America, and Japan. But the reunion or fake wedding to spend time with Nai Nai happened in China. The third question is, what important scenes in the movie shows the character's identity? I bet these scenes show the character's identity. To start off with Billy and her father grieving together after ascertaining Nai Nai's diagnosis. Grief is emphasized through their close of body language and bowed heads. The repetition of "can't do that" to Billy's request of informing Nai Nai symbolizes the Chinese practices of concealing one's condition from them to maintain their psychological health, thus introducing conflicting ethnic beliefs surrounding grieving. Depicting in this scene is Billy's father having the Eastern collectivist or Chinese practice in his identity that even if he stays at New York, he still possesses it. The dialogue, "Are you going to tell Nai Nai?" distinguishes Billy's westernized perception of Eastern cultural value, in which her father replies, "I will not go against my family," detailing ethnical Eastern practices. This also shows Billy's mixed identity that despite her being Chinese by blood, but now have the American perception of how to view things. It is a constant battle for her because she's not used to lying something like this, as she believes her Nai Nai should be aware of her health that shows a very Western culture side in her. And that's sad because she is the only one who thinks differently in the family. The scenes inaugurate permanent cultural distinctions between the West, where one's life belongs to oneself, and the East, where one's life is part of a whole despite the shared grief. The differences to culture is obvious during the meal. The circular table signifies Eastern collectivist ideologies of prioritizing community over an individual. Another scene also isolates Billy's father and uncle grieving. Billy's father's close of body language symbolizes a Western perception of autonomously apprehending grief, conflicting with that of her uncle who is supporting an open posture, signifying an Eastern notion of comprehending grief. Last question, describe the tradition of the family and discuss how they must complement their culture. The Chinese culture has saying, when people get cancer, they die. It's not because of the cancer that kills them, it's the fear. It is this Eastern collectivist that is present within the familiar relationship of Billy belongs. This allows the Chinese people to lie and allows the family to bear the emotional burden of the diagnosis rather than the person who experiences it. This shows a practice of collectivism which is very different to a typical individualistic values common in Western culture. The family have this idea that it's better that we are the ones suffering, just not her, because it may get worse. In this case, lying is a form of bravery and sacrifice, simply because they endure the pain of losing someone they love and can't do anything about it. I think they complemented their culture in a way that they have shown concern, and hiding something is not always bad, that sometimes it is the best option to do. That with such belief of lying, they have spent enough time with Nai Nai, recollect those memories, and be reunited with the family again. I don't know if the Chinese tradition is good or bad, but with what the film shows, to see how beautiful it is to preserve the idea of someone who is sick, to believe that she is healthy and fine is better than seeing a sickly woman and hopeless. I better lie just to see the love of my life be the happiest. However, lying is only acceptable for a certain reason. And that's all.